And the copper watering can, I think it lets you water 2 squares at a time instead of just 1. It's kind of pointless in my opinion because it's easier to just jam on the X button and let your character do the work instead of having to try to come up with some system that favors watering 2 crops at a time. But if we had the blacksmith and the copper watering can, we'd have to give the blacksmith our watering can and some copper ore, and he'd do all the upgrading for us, and it would take like a day, but it would cost like 100 gold. It would hardly cost anything. So that's why the blacksmith is so good, because of that. So now we're just harvesting, and if you watch the energy bar really carefully, you see it does take a bit of energy, and it does add up. So I'll probably fast forward this so you can see that pretty good. Yeah, so now we got 1 rucksack full, which is a lot now. I mean, you see, if we look at the rucksack, well, it's not that much, it's 10. So we got 10 cabbages here. But you see, it still took quite a lot of energy. Well, not a whole lot, but a fair bit. But yeah, look at all this money. We're making 340 for every 1 cabbage. I mean, we just shipped 10 of them, or we will have, and that's 3,400 gold right there. So you can make a lot of money with crops, because especially cabbage, because cabbage, typically crops don't take 7 days to grow. Cabbage is like the longest growing crop in spring. I think it is. So typically, like turnips take 4 days, potatoes take 6 days, but neither of the profits that you can get from turnips or potatoes even compare to what you can get with cabbage. And then breadfruit, the only reason it took its 7 days was because it was getting up to this point where it can be harvested again and again and again. So breadfruit, I don't think it'll sell for as much as the cabbage, but since we're going to be getting you know, 8 breadfruit every other day, I mean, that's 300 right there. So in 4 days, with 8 breadfruit, man, this is difficult math. Okay, 8 breadfruit, 8 times 3, 24. So 2,400 every other day. So in 4 days, that's 4,800, I think? 4,800 gold pieces every other day. So breadfruit is an incredible money-making crop. You can really make quite a lot using it. So now we just gotta replant our cabbage. Why do I have 5? That seems like such an odd number. Oh well, that's probably just how many I needed to get the 48 or 50 cabbages that we need. Let's also get the pedometer and the sickle. Now we haven't used the sickle like once even, I don't think. Most of the time you use the sickle for grass. Most of the time we use the sickle for grass, but one of its other uses is to get rid of crops. So we'll just be cutting that one up, and away it goes. Oh, this is full grass too, so I guess we might as well cut some of this just to show. So that's what it looks like when you cut grass. This is fully grown grass, this is not fully grown grass. So now it'll say that we have, see, 1 fodder right there. So let's replant our 2 bags of cabbage. Fortunately, we already watered today, so it's all good. And I guess that means we're done for the day because we've already done our watering and we harvested everything. So good work. By the way, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I found out that throwing weeds on the ground on public property, that's not what makes people not like you. Like doing that, doing this, that's just fine. It's when you throw it on the road, that's when people get angry with you. So that's when you'll lose a bit of affection from everybody outside. Let's go ahead and take that one out too. So yeah, I figured I'd just mention that. Alright, let's head to bed for today. And tomorrow we'll just, I don't know, I'll figure out what we'll do tomorrow. Let's save first. And let's head to bed. No, let's not stay up. Let's head to bed. Alright, hi everybody, it's the morning of the 10th day of spring, and I took a little break from recording to get a drink of water, and turns out that there's actually a note for staying completely stationary for some amount of time. I don't know exactly how long we have to stay stationary, and by stationary I mean you just don't touch the control stick. But I'm keeping an eye on my timer here for my recording, and that should give us an idea of how long. I think it's 60 seconds. That's my estimate. So we're at about 50 seconds here. Not exactly, because I don't know. But I don't think they'd make you wait for longer than 60 seconds. I don't know. I don't know though. I bet you're just wondering how much money we have now. I know I am. But we're just gonna have to wait. Suffer through it. Well, I think we're passing 60 seconds. Oh, wait, well, that must have been it. So I think it's 60 seconds. That's how long you have to wait to get the stationary note. Remaining still for some time, wanting a chance to look at the surroundings. A quiet note. Alright, that's kinda nice. It's definitely better to do that note indoors because it won't waste any time out of doors. Okay, let's check how much money we have. Ooh, 7,913 gold. That's pretty good. The chicken coop, which is our next goal after we get the rucksack, is 9,000 gold. And since we're going to be getting 2,400 day after tomorrow when we harvest the breadfruit, we're not too far off from it. So let's get pretty excited about that. We'll put the cabbage back and just get to watering our crops. And then for the rest of the day, I have no idea what we'll do. But now that we have so much inventory space, we feel free to carry around, you know, many tools. You could carry around all of them if you wanted. I mean, hammer, sickle, hoe. I don't know exactly when you'll need them. I'm taking the axe for the lumber, pedometer, because, like I said, there's a note for getting 10,000 steps, fishing rod, bonfire set, and watering can. So that still leaves 5 slots open for any kind of things that we might want to pick up. So it's always nice to have a bigger rucksack. There's only one more upgrade to the rucksack, and that's, you can't buy that, you get it from someone, because you have to give this character a bunch of stuff that she likes, and she'll knit you a rucksack. And that character hasn't even moved in yet, so that's why we're not really working on that. But once you get that upgrade, it's up to 15 slots, so you can hold just about everything you want. I mean, the thing is, if the game started you off with a rucksack of 10 slots like we have now, I wouldn't appreciate it as much, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's because we started off with only 5 slots that I'm so happy that we can have 10 now. It's kind of an interesting little note about, I don't know, happiness in general. Whatever. We're just watering our crops. Okay, so we finished up watering our crops, and now I think I'm going to check how many steps we have on the pedometer. 2,329. Well, it still leaves us over 7,000. Over 7,000 more to get before we'll be up to the 10,000 mark. But now we can carry it around at all times, so that'll be a plus. Oh, we should also cut up this grass so that it grows back. Because if you don't cut up grass when it's fully grown, then you're kind of wasting it, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's just sitting there, not growing, and not being used, just taking up space. So it's efficient to cut your grass as soon as you can. Unless, see, once you get like animals like cows and sheep, they'll actually eat grass that you plant outside of their barn. So when it's like that, you can just leave it there and not worry about cutting it, because they'll eat it. So, yeah. Alright, what shall we do for the rest of the day? Let's go visit Martin. I think... Is that his name? I don't think it is. Now that I think it's Alex. Alex is the name of the guy who runs the clinic. And,